Welcome back to Turkish Stars Explained. If you're new here, this is the channel where we break down the biggest headlines about Turkish stars going global, what's real, what's hype, and what the moves actually mean. Today's story is one of those moments that looks small at first, and then you realize it's actually a strategic career signal. Because CanYaman just had a viral moment in Spain, not because of a trailer, not because of a new poster, and not because of a ratings headline. It went viral because of a sentence that basically says, "No English, Spanish only." And the question we're answering today is simple. Did CanYaman's Spanish moment become a turning point, and could this move actually change the direction of his career? Let's break it down. 1. Why this moment matters more than it looks. If you've followed CanYaman's international arc, you already know the pattern. He's not playing the one country forever game. He's building a multi-market career. Turkey gave him the breakout. Italy became a major second home. And now Spain is starting to look like the next major lane. But here's the thing. In global entertainment, language is not just communication, it's credibility. When an actor goes on a big local show and chooses to stay in the local language, that's not just cute. That's a message. It tells the audience, I'm not visiting. I'm trying to belong here. And it tells the industry, I'm not just doing press. I'm building a foundation. That's why this matters. 2. The viral Spanish-only energy, confidence, risk, and control. Let's talk about the moment itself. A lot of actors in international markets play it safe. They'll do interviews in English, keep answers short, smile, and let the translator carry the weight. But CanYaman did the opposite. He leaned into the risk. And that risk does 3 powerful things. First, it wins respect. People don't just see a celebrity, they see effort. Second, it creates a story beyond the project. Now the headline becomes, wait, he's actually doing Spanish interviews? Third, it puts him in a different category. Not guest star passing through. More like, serious actor entering the market. And that's the point. He's not just collecting countries like trophies, he's trying to become castable in them. 3. The 1-year detail changes everything. Now, the most important part isn't that he spoke Spanish. It's the timeline. If you're learning a new language from scratch, you know how brutal the first year is. It's not glamorous. It's repetition, embarrassment, and constant mental fatigue. So when the story is, he's been studying Spanish for about a year, that becomes the hook that people connect with. Because suddenly, it's not just celebrity talent. It becomes discipline. And in entertainment, discipline is what turns hype into longevity. For how he learned, the boring part that actually builds careers. Here's where it gets even more interesting. The way he learned Spanish wasn't some magical shortcut. It's the classic grind. Lessons with a teacher, consuming local content, watching and listening with subtitles, writing down expressions, learning how real people actually speak, not just textbook sentences. And that's what makes this Spanish-only moment feel real. Because you can tell the difference between someone memorizing a PR line and someone who's been living in the language for months. And that authenticity is exactly what Spanish audiences respond to. 5. Spain is not just Spain. It's a gateway. Now, let's get to the strategic part. Spain is a major entertainment hub with international doors. Spanish productions travel across Europe. Spanish language content has a built-in global pipeline. And most importantly, Spanish is not a small language market. It's a global language. So if CanYaman builds real credibility in Spanish, real enough to act, not just interview, that's not just expanding. That's multiplying. Because the moment you can truly perform in Spanish, you're not limited to one national audience. You have access to Spain, Latin America, US Spanish language audiences, and co-productions that want a globally recognizable face. That's a totally different game. 6. But let's be honest, this move has risks. Now, I'm not going to sell you a fantasy. This strategy has real risks. Risk number 1, accents and expectations. Even if your Spanish is strong, acting demands a different level: emotion, speed, timing, humor, subtlety. An interview can be charming. A full drama scene is unforgiving. Risk number 2. Overexposure. If you push too many headlines too fast, the audience starts thinking marketing instead of story. Risk number 3. Typecasting. International stardom can box you into one brand: the global heartthrob, the intense lead, the foreign star. To grow long-term, you need roles that expand perception, not just repeat it. So yes, this can be a career changer, but only if the next steps are handled smart. 7. What to watch next? This is the checklist. If you want to know whether this is a real turning point or just a viral moment, watch these signs. 1. Is the Spanish project positioned as a serious lead role? Not cameo energy. Not novelty casting. A real story role. 2. Do Spanish outlets treat him like one of the show or the foreign guest? This difference matters. 3. Do we see consistent Spanish press, not just one appearance? One viral clip is a spark. A full press cycle is a strategy. 4. Does his public language confidence keep growing over months? Because the industry notices growth. If these boxes get checked, then yeah, this becomes the moment we point back to and say, that's when the Spain era truly started. 8. The real takeaway. This is a global actor move. When you zoom out, what CanYaman is doing is not random. It's the blueprint of a modern global career. Learn the language of the market you're entering. Show up in local media as yourself. Build a fan base that feels personal. Then anchor it with a real role. That's how you move from internet popular to industry bankable. And that's why this moment matters. Not because it's viral, because it's intentional. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think CanYaman speaking Spanish is a true career turning point? Or is it just a fun viral moment that won't change much? Drop your take in the comments, especially if you speak Spanish yourself. How strong did it sound to you? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one, because the Spain arc is moving fast, and the next headline could be the one that confirms everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.